Okay, we are getting ready to leave Port-Louise, and Stanis is preparing the course on the tablet. There is no strong wind in the marina. It's about 5-6 knots, so it should be easy to leave. We're gonna slip the lines and go, and then we expect winds between 17 and 20 knots. That's the gusts now. Hopefully the gusts won't be more than, say, 21, 22. That's what we can handle easily. More than that becomes a bit unpleasant for us. So let's hope for the forecast to be correct. I'm gonna prepare the sail and then start the engine, do the lines, undo the lines, not do the lines, undo the lines, and we go. We go to Port-Haliguen. I don't remember the name. I'll put it as a sign, as text. Port-Louise, or something like that. Plan is, this will be the line that will hold the boat not to go on the other side. And plan is to let the bow. I'll let this one go, and then I'll slip it, and then we can go forward. Hopefully won't crash into that boat. Let's see how are our fenders. Let's lift them a little bit. So if we go into the boat, it touches the fenders. Okay, should be okay. Let's see now how all this will play out. Okay, leaving Port-Louise.
Quiero aprovechar, ya que estoy tomado, para poder decirte todas las cosas que me he guardado. Sé que no son horas de llamar, pero te vi en línea y solo quería confirmar si aún eras mi niña. Tengo la necesidad de saber cómo te va y si aún me sigue amando. Lo intenta, pero solo no me da. Por eso es que estoy tomando. Tengo la necesidad de saber cómo te va y si aún me sigue amando.
Stanis is putting all the fenders in, and I'm driving the boat for a change, going out. That's the ferry that goes to Quiberon, and now we need to pass between the green and the red. Green should be on port, red should be starboard when we're going out. And Stanis can take the wheel. I will finish the fenders, and then we can look at hoisting sail and things like that. Bye bye Port-Louise. We'll see you again maybe someday. The citadel and the channel to the exit of the harbor. The mainsail is on, up, and then we're gonna probably hit the reef because the wind is already 16 knots, and one reef in the mainsail for now, and then full head sail, and we reef the head sail if needed. So that's Port-Louise on the beach. I guess today will be a cloudy day with broken sunshine, but should be no wind. Oh, sorry, no rain, and should be enough wind. Hopefully, a nice sail. We'll see. Okay, journey update. We are 15 minutes into the passage, and the wind is very low. I guess it's because of the island behind us. When we pass this island there, we should have a little bit more wind. So otherwise we need to put the spinnaker. But the forecast is for in the afternoon for gusts up to 20 knots, so not comfortable for spinnaker on 20 knots. So we'll see how it plays. We might just use the engine for now. And the boats in front of us sailing in the bay. That's the ship anchorage, and this is the island opposite Port-Louise. There is a nice anchorage on the south corner of the island, which if it wasn't that rainy and windy over the weekend, we might have go and visit, but instead we had burgers and beer, which isn't that bad, I guess. The sails are up, not doing much. We are doing about 6 knots, six and a half, with almost no wind. And I try to make the tails fly better, but I guess when there is no wind, it's very hard to achieve that. So let's see how the wind will play after we pass the island. Otherwise, that's our course, 130 degrees, 140 degrees for the next few hours. Straight line. Alright, let's do a shot of the boat. update. We are 2 hours into the journey, doing about 5 knots. There is the marina that we are aiming at, and Stanis is having a nice coffee.
Cheers.
I had mine just a minute ago. The wind is about 10 knots on a Broadridge, Beamridge, Broadridge, which is very pleasant sailing. It's picking up now up to 10 knots, the wind. So we start doing an average 5.5 before 5.6 even. Before that we were doing 4.5 to 5 when the wind was less than 9 knots. The weather is a bit gloomy but pleasant, warm. There are loads of sailing boats around us. You can't see them with the camera, but they are constantly passing us, or we are passing them, or crossing each other. And we decided not to use the spinnaker because the forecast is still for winds up to 20 knots in the afternoon. So we wait and see. If we manage to do more than 4.5 to 5 knots, there's no rush. We have time. It's only 15 miles left, or maybe 18 miles. 18 miles, but it'd be fun with the spinnaker. Really fun. But won't be fun if it starts gusting up to 20. And at least if it was sunny, maybe then it would. That's from now all good. We will catch up later. Okay, another status update. We have 11 miles left, doing about 6.5 knots of speed over ground. The swell is a bit unpleasant, not big but unpleasant, about 1 meter to 1.5 meters on the beam, and the wind is about 10 knots, 11 knots. 2 boats passed us, unfortunately. I'm not sure how they did it, but they did it. Not using an engine.
Over 7 knots.
We are doing at the time close to 7. Maybe they know better how to trim their sails. We are newbies. The 2 newbies. Okay, looks like we're catching up with the 2 boats, which is nice feeling to be catching up with them. They are over there. Okay, little update. We have 8 miles left. We turned the corner, or we are about to turn the corner, turning, and the wind then goes on our back. So we are doing now wing on wing sailing without a pole. Working okay so far. We are doing 6 knots. Well, between 5 and 6, and apparent wind is 7 knots. So it is sort of pleasant sailing. It looks like slow, but at the same time doing 5 to 6 knots. See how long it will last. Port Haliguen, this is Juniper 2, bonjour. Haliguen. This is Juniper 2. Over. Bonjour, Port Haliguen. We will be in the marina in about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. We are 11-meter sailing boat, 2-meter draft. I guess we can use the Vista pontoon. Over. No reception. So we go. I told them our size of the boat, the depth, that it's a sailing boat. So hopefully there will be someone waiting for us over there. Let's see. And we arrived safely, tucked inside in the marina, in the actual basin that locks in the when the tide is down. So there is a traffic light down there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can only exit when it's green. At the moment it says 396 meters and it has 2 green lights. I think it closes below 2 point something meters, just next to the coffee shops. Perfect. That's the boat we were racing with. He said to us that he used the engine because it wasn't too uncomfortable. Yes, he said it wasn't very comfortable, the rolling, so he wanted some speed to keep the boat steady. And Stanis is opening the mooring beer. And then we go to walk on the other side of the peninsula to see the city and the other marina.
Port Maria.
Port Maria. Cheers for another successful arrival. Stanis is happy with a smile.
Yeah.